Hello, good evening. Welcome to another Monday Night Live at Cafe Gratitude. Yay! So tonight we have DreamingBear. Who here came because you knew who DreamingBear was? Okay, that's every hand in the place. That's awesome. Almost every hand in the place. Oh, look. That's awesome. I have to tell a little personal story about getting introduced to DreamingBear. I first heard his name because someone who used to work for him contacted me last year to see if he could perhaps schedule a Monday Night Live with one of his visits to the States. He's from Maui, lives in Maui. And it just didn't work out scheduling-wise. But she had sent a lot of information, and I'd seen his pictures and read his bio. And of course, we were friends on Facebook. Because it's 2000-something, we're all friends on Facebook. So I end up at the Santa Barbara Raw Spirit Festival last year, and Steven, my husband, and I were walking across this parking lot, and we heard this music, and we heard this voice, and we had somewhere to go, or we would have been up, and we ended up, because it was early, and we ended up kind of, migrating over to this sound and this vibration and these words. And little by little, we just watched more and more people join. This crowd just grew, and people were stretching, waking up, doing yoga to these words. And I was immediately entranced. Actually, let me correct myself. I was immediately brought up against some stuff inside myself that made me uncomfortable. My ego resisted it. And then when I relaxed and stopped fighting it, I was entranced. And he took this whole place on a ride. And I don't know how else to say it other than it's an absolute journey without your body into opening your heart. And if you let yourself go there, I say if you come up to some resistance tonight for any reason, don't get up and leave. Sit there, think about it, feel it, and let yourself try to jump on this ride. Is that good? So here's the official intro. No, forget it. No, I'm going to do it. So DreamingBear Baraka Kanan is an internationally renowned award-winning author of 8 books, transformational spoken word artist, and eco-peace advocate who elegantly blends quantum understandings of the universe with inner expressions of the heart. He is the founder of the Lovevolution Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to empowering personal and universal transformation through edutainment, making learning fun, and universal inspiration. He has devoted his life's artistry to cultivating a living language of love spells for the new paradigm that captivate the senses and tickle the heart into a new consciousness that is playful, romantic, compassionate, and full of laughter. And if you can watch him and not want some of what he's got, I'm shocked. Here's DreamingBear.
Mahalo. Can I say aloha? Can you say it with me? Aloha. Come on, I came all the way from Hawaii. Can you help me again? Aloha. Beautiful. Such an honor and a privilege to be here. I can't tell you how much it means to me. Actually, last year, around this time, I accidentally found my way here on a Monday night. You remember that?
I do.
The Lovevolution, can I get a little bit more volume? Not much, but just a little bit more. So that I don't have to, there you go, that's good. The Lovevolution was headed out of town to a Lovevolution World Tour, and we had 13 people join us, and randomly, I chose this Cafe Gratitude on a random Monday night to meet my group. And here we were, the 13 of us meeting, getting ready to go up to Oregon, and suddenly there's Shea, and she said, "Oh my God, we've been trying to get you here forever. Here you are. Could you just share a little piece with us?" And that was my real first introduction to you, and the way that we got to meet synchronically in that way. And it's just such a beautiful thing to be here. I want to honor you as a queen, as a goddess, for doing what you do, for holding this space and this community. Can we give Shea Lynn a round of applause? We need strong women doing good things in this world, and you're a strong woman doing a beautiful work and a beautiful service to this community. I have to say, mahalo. Are you willing to take some risks with me tonight and go out on a limb, as it were?
Yes.
I'm not sure I believe you. By risk, all I mean is, as a poet, I get used to speaking what I hear, and what I hear comes directly from nature. In fact, I consider what I'm going to share with you tonight a message from the trees, a message from the wilderness. We'll be competing in part with noises from the back, which is something I'm not very akin to. And we'll also be competing with this whole feeling of awkward seating that's taking place here, where some people are positioned in awkward ways. But if we could do something, and that is this: I'll be speaking at certain times, and then at certain times, I'm going to ask you to join me in an ancient technology that our ancestors called singing. Are you familiar with that ancient technology called singing? So there'll be a part of the night where I'll ask you to listen to some words that are going to be coming over the speakers. And then as you're listening to those words, I'm going to ask you to join in and sing those songs with me. Now, it's important when the time comes for you to sing that you actually sing, okay? So in order to make sure you're going to do that, I want to ask you to grab the pinky of the person sitting next to you. Everywhere I go around the world, I have people make a pinky promise of peace. I learned this from a 4.5-year-old child. I want you to look at someone else in the eyes, someone whose pinky you're holding, someone else's beautiful face. See that sweet, sincere smile? Look at that mischievous, devious. You know that person is just as mischievous as you. You know it. Look at the 8-year-old looking back at you. Just look at that person and see the mischievous 4.5-year-old looking back. And like a child, I want you to say to that person, I pinky promise.
I pinky promise.
To have as much fun as I can while I can.
To have as much fun as I can while I can.
To not hold back.
To not hold back.
Or care what anyone thinks.
Or care what anyone thinks.
And I double dog dare you to do the same.
And I double dog dare you to do the same.
Like a child, say, I pinky promise.
I pinky promise.
To do what I was born to do.
To do what I was born to do.
Like I was born to do it, baby.
Like I was born to do it, baby.
And I triple dog dare you to do the same.
And I triple dog dare you to do the same.
Now, if you accept the challenge, give each other a hug and a kiss on each cheek and say, welcome to Aloha. This is how we begin. I hope that if you've come tonight with anything less than a true desire to be inspired, that is something you realize my intention is. I have just a few intentions, and maybe I can share those with you while they're getting the music ready. My first intention is to give God goosebumps, if that's possible, in the way we live our lives. I challenge you to have the courage to give the universe goosebumps in the way you live your life. Will you join me in that? Yes. My second intention is to make existence say, wow. So look at someone and say, wow. And my third intention tonight is just that we could do something together. Now, I say together because if you're just listening to me speak, then it may not make sense. But if we could do something together tonight, and knowing that as we feel, as we sense together, that the rest of the world can tap into the energy that we create. And you know that here, in this particular part of the world, you all hold a profound vibration for the rest of the planet. Do you know this? Are you aware that the rest of the world is really feeling what comes from this part of the world?
Yes.
So with that in mind, tonight as we begin our journey, I want to ask that you would, when you sing, you're singing for those who have no voice. Okay, there are going to be times when I ask you to actually stand up. I'm going to ask you to say some stuff with me and move your body a little bit. That's right, you're going to shake your booty just a little bit. And when that time comes, you're doing that for people who have no power in their legs, people who cannot do this. I know what that was like for a while to not be able to walk. You can go ahead and play the track. And then later on, I'm going to have a time where we actually communicate with the earth itself, with the planet at large, with every other creature in a way that I call interspecies communication. And at that time, I'm going to ask you to really help focus your energy on cleaning up the spill in the Gulf right now. Imagine if we could all send our conscious intention, our vibrational escrow, to a particular location on the planet and see that place being made better. Are you open to that?
Yes.
Okay.